Good morning, Year 2 Geographers. Today you need to cast your minds back to before Christmas because we'd like you to try and remember to recall 5 key pieces of information about our location. We want you to try and remember the planet that we live on, the continent that we are in, our country, and the region of our country in which you would find our city. Now, I wonder if region might be the trickiest for you to remember, but I will give you a clue that the compass directions that you know quite well will help you work out which region of our country that we are in. This morning we'd like you to make a visual aid to help you remember those pieces of information about our location. Now, a visual aid, visual just means something that you can look at, and aid is another word for help. So something visual that will help you remember our planet, our continent, our country, our region, and our city. Now, you can do that however you choose. I'm just going to show you a couple of ways that you might want to do it. So one thing you could do is just write it in a list, but with each word getting smaller and smaller based on its scale. Planet is the largest and city is the smallest. Now, I haven't written the names of our planet and our continent and our country because those are the things that I want you to think about today. So instead of planet, if you think that our planet is called Mercury, you would write Mercury. I'll give you a clue though, it's definitely not. Another way you could present this is in sentences. I often write down things I need to remember in full sentences. Writing it down like this is a really good way to get it to stick into your brain. So you might just write 5 sentences. My planet is my continent is my country is and so on. So that's another way. Another way you might want to do this is slightly more kind of complicated but also a lot of fun. You need 5 circles of decreasing in size. So start with a big one. If you have something circular that you can draw around to hand, that might be something really helpful. I couldn't find enough things, so I'm just going freehand. Doesn't matter if they're not the most perfect circles you've ever seen in your whole life, because the point of this is to get the knowledge to stick in your head. That's what we're interested in. And a little one to finish. And then in each one, you can write those sentences or you can just write the key words. I'm going to write planet is, and I'm going to leave that blank for you to fill in for yourselves. Continent country is, what do you think? Region, let's use the fat end of the pen. Region is something, and finally our city. And then what you can do then is cut your circles out and pop them on top of each other and staple or punch a hole and tie a ribbon through so you have like a little flip book. So there's 3 different ways that you can have a go at displaying this information, but it's really important that you have this in your head and that you can remember it, so you have a real sense of the place where we are before we start to look at somewhere else.